Back now at 7:42 with our special series, Red, White, and Green, How America is Going to Pot.
California became the first state to legalize medical marijuana. That was back in 1996. And in a few months, recreational use will be legal there as well. And that's got a lot of people wondering how the state's wine country will be impacted. Here's NBC's Joe Fryer.
The vineyards roll for miles along the rustic roads of Sonoma County. California's famous reds and whites, the fruit heavy on the vine in late summer.
This is the Skittles Blue Dream.
But these days, another crop, cannabis, is also ready for harvest just down the road.
Wine and cannabis go well together, and they have for a long time.
And just as wineries advertise their tours and tasting rooms, marijuana entrepreneurs are looking to do the same.
Cannabis tours have definitely been happening somewhat underground for years, and now we're looking at and we're exploring how can cannabis tourism responsibly integrate into Sonoma County's culture.
Erin Gore is married to a winemaker, but her business is pot, organic edibles designed for a calming high. She's optimistic that wine and weed can appeal to the same clientele.
From a marketing opportunity and consumer point of view, we see them being very collaborative.
It's a beautiful sativa.
Look at this one.
Yeah, it's got some great piney scents to it. The nose is amazing on it.
Just like wine lovers want to know how their favorite Pinot Noirs are made,
We're going to see the same phenomenon in cannabis, where people are going to know where Fiddler's Greens are farmed or know the Garden Society farms in Mendocino.
in Northern California, private wine and weed dinners have become popular, but some winemakers see potential areas of conflict.
I see cannabis production as a direct competitor for workers.
Vineyard owner Kathleen Inman says she already has trouble finding enough pickers to harvest her grapes. She supports legalized marijuana, but says it's going to make the problem even worse.
We also have competition for consumer dollars, particularly at the mid-range and lower range.
Inman says she knows some winemakers who might be open to the idea of planting cannabis, but federal alcohol laws stand in the way.
Because we have federal permits and because it's a Class 1 drug, it means if you were to be prosecuted for growing marijuana, you could risk losing your winery permit.
So, will a green gold rush bring scores of new growers to the region? Not so fast, say elected officials and experts. Cannabis growers will have to meet a complicated set of standards on zoning, energy, and pesticide use.
Cannabis is going to be the most highly regulated agricultural commodity in the state of California.
Meaning that even though a glass of wine and a joint might seem like a natural pairing to some, for the next few years at least, these two cash crops will have to grow apart.
I think there's going to be more open grows and more beautiful farms like we see here, but I also think there's still going to be a dominance of the wine industry.
For Today, Joe Fryer, NBC News.
There's always like 3 different ways to look at every issue.
Yes, and there's a real ripple effect there,
No
for
question.
sure.